Right now I'm about to show you guys how to make Florida water. So I want to point out something. When you make your Florida water, you want to use a glass container, not a plastic container. So we're going to make 2 gallons of Florida water out of this 2-gallon glass container. You don't want to use a plastic container because the alcohol is so strong, it's going to make the chemicals, the harsh poison chemicals in the plastic leak into your Florida water, and that's what you don't want to do, especially when you have your Florida water sit for a moon or a couple moon cycles. You want your Florida water to be as pure as possible. So when you get your container, you want to not only rinse it out before you use it, the container in the lid, but you want to sage your container as well. No telling how many hands have been on this container. You want to remove any other energies and frequencies that's been on this container, because the ingredients that you're making in Florida water is going to be sitting here for at least a month. I think you want to sage and clear out the energy and all the herbs, all the ingredients that you're going to use to make your Florida water. So you want to sage them with the sage or mapacho on it to clear the energy for any hands or any entities or energies that's been touching them. You know, just want to make sure everything is clear. I'm gonna show you a real clipping of the energy that we clear the energy of all this, the herbs and other ingredients that we're going to use. We did it 2 days ago. Already cleared a lot of ingredients. Couple of things we didn't clear, like this container. We didn't sage these orange, lemon, and lime peels. So I'm going to sage them right now. Clear out a lot of this energy. Want everything to be as pure as possible. And speak to it. Love, light, and life. 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 One of the ingredients that we're going to use is the Palo santo. You can throw them in there whole, but we're going to break these up so it can extract the properties, and the smell can be even stronger when you break them up here. All right. Usually you want to use something that's natural, like some type of boulder or rock. Smash it down. Tonight, couldn't find any boulder and nothing big enough to break these down. So what I'm going to do is put them in my Vitamix blender, my personal Vitamix blender. These blenders are very powerful. They can break down roots, bark, herbs, break it down to powder. So we're gonna throw a few of these in there, break the Palo Santo down to chunks, the pieces. And when you break it down into pieces, you can smell the sweet scent of Palo Santo, and that's what we want. So when we put it in this container with the alcohol, the alcohol is going to extract the oils that's already in the Palo Santo even better, since it's been already broken down to pieces. So throw a few in there. This is good right here. Some good stuff. See how easy they broke it just down? If you got a Vitamix blender, they break stuff down like this real easy. Toss it in this container for right now. We're gonna break up the sage too. I gotta put the sage in a blender because it's easier to break up. So we're gonna blend some of the sage in the Palo Santo. You can just break this up with your hands. And then we just mix it all in here. Mix it all up with the Palo Santo. Smells so good. So now we're just going to put all ingredients in here. So try to get everything on the ingredients fresh. It can be dry roses, dry herbs and everything, but if you can, do everything fresh. So I'm put some roses in here first. Fresh roses. We're using white and red roses. Start with some white roses first. Do some lemons. You got fresh basils. Some rosemaries. Peppermint, fresh peppermint here. I love the smell of mint. It smells so good. A lot of this peppermint. All right, some orange peels now next. All these orange peels. These orange peels is hand-picked by us, grown locally. So the more natural they are, the better. Lemongrass. Cinnamon. You know about cinnamon sticks. It's good for prosperity, abundance, richness, wealth. So this is going to, a lot of these other herbs too that I didn't mention, but cinnamon sticks are very good for bringing in wealth and abundance. You can put them in a hole like this, or you can break it too. I'm gonna just throw them in there whole. Now I'm gonna do the red petals now. Red rose petals is known for bringing in love, divine love. Some lavender. Fresh lavender. Lavender is a very strong smell. It smells so good though. Lavender is good to ward out evil spirits, bring in positive energy. repels negative energy, negative vibes. It changes the atmosphere in the area, in the room, in the space. It can change the vibration of the space. Just to let you know, evil entities, evil spirits do not like sweet smell. Do not like smells that have a good scent, smell good. So, what I have learned is, you have a sweet scent candle or these herbs smell sweet, light them so it can bring out the oils in the atmosphere or in the room, to ward out those evil spirits. They don't like running water as well. Some lime pills. Different type of basil, which these are the holy basils. We have dry herbs right here. Rue herb, very a good spiritual herb that helps to cleanse off negative energy, vibration. It helps to remove evil spirits or evil entities that has attached to you. It's good to use just to carry on you in your pocket, or also in a spiritual cleansing bath. Got our concoction mixed with Palo Santo and sage. Throw that in there. Shake it all up. Sunflowers. Throw a few sunflowers in here. Bring in some of that light. Good energy, positive energy right there. Sunflowers. When we use the alcohol, we're going to use all the liquid is going to be alcohol. Some people use alcohol mixed with water, but we're going to use all alcohol. All right, and what we're using is Everclear. Everclear is a grain alcohol. You usually want to use grain alcohols. They're stronger in proof, so Everclear is 190 proof. The higher the proof, the better. The more that these herbs can be preserved and the oil be extracted from the herbs and the plants even more when the alcohol is very high. All right, some people use vodka. It's an 80 proof. You want to use 80 or more. All right, nothing lower than 80. But when you go to the grain alcohol, you're looking at 150 to 190 proof. All right, so this is 190 proof, very strong. And the whole purpose is to let this sit and extract their properties, extract their oils, not only oils, but the spiritual properties, the good positive vibration energy that's in these plants or in these herbs, and to preserve them. You don't want to use a lot of people use rubbing alcohol. I'm not knocking you, but rubbing alcohol, the chemicals in it, it can be harsh on your skin. Remember, you're putting this Florida water over your body, on your clothes, on counters, in the atmosphere, and you want something that's not going to harm, especially your skin. Alcohol can be harmful for your skin, and it can be harmful for the herbs because it's a strong chemical in it that can overpower the smell, the sweet smell of the herbs, where your Florida water won't smell like a cologne. So Florida water is supposed to smell like, it's supposed to be a cologne, all right, a spiritual cologne. So with rubbing the alcohol, it can kill the smell, can kill the natural oils, the smell of the natural oils, right? Grain alcohol with a high proof of 190 is soft on the herbs, even though it's powerful to bring out the oils, but it's not going to overpower the smell of the oils. All right, and it's not harmful on the skin. Okay. First, I'm gonna pop open this little screen here so it can go faster. So I'm gonna pop it open. There we go. Like I said, we sage everything before we use it. So then sage this, the alcohol too. So you can sage it while I'm pouring it. Put it right here while it's still getting that smoke from the sage. Second bottle. Just when you do this too, you don't always have to, sage, because it's kind of dangerous, because you can get some flame in this alcohol, and since it's 190 proof, it can blow up in flames. So just be careful when you're dealing with lighters, with this fire, with this 190 proof alcohol, all right? So just be safe. You don't always have to do what I'm doing right here. You can just pour the alcohol right in there, and you should still be good. You want to make sure it covers all the herbs all the way. You want nothing being exposed. The lid on here. Now you can make sure the lid is on there tight. Shake this bad boy up. So here we have it. This beautiful Florida water right here. You make Florida water, you have to at least let it sit for at least one moon cycle. So today is the 28th. Tomorrow is the 28th of July. For this season, or for this month, the first full moon is tomorrow, which is the 29th. So we did it tonight, which is the full moon is really tonight too. Tomorrow, tonight. So we're going to let this sit for a whole full moon cycle. The next full moon will be next month, August 28th. So basically a one full moon cycle is 29 days and like 29.5, all right? So a whole month, basically. You can go longer, you can go 2 moon cycles, 3 moon cycles, depending on what you want to do. For this batch, we're going to do 1 moon cycle, starting in this month. I'm a Leo, so I'm happy that I get to do it on the full moon. That's the first full moon in Leo. And so I'm gonna let the sun hit it too. The sun hit it, penetrate, charge it up, the energy. Let it sit in the sun, let it sit in the moonlight, the sunlight, and let it get its energy charge up. All right, while it sits. All right, different ingredients you can use, but this is how we make our Florida water with these ingredients. You can use the same ingredients that we use, or you can just modify it however you feel, what herbs resonate with your spirit and what you're trying to accomplish, okay? I will list the benefits of each of these herbs or each ingredients, the spiritual benefits of them, and why we decide to use these. I forgot one thing. The spirit just reminded me. to add a sigil to this container, to the water. So I'm not going to go into about what are sigils, because this is not a sigil video, but it's spelled S-I-G-I-L. For those who know what sigil means, go look it up. Bottom line, magic. So this is a magic symbol. It creates, goes out in the atmosphere and helps to manifest what you're trying to manifest. All right. So it's a process that I did to make this symbol, this sigil, and it's basically a magical ritual that you do. So you write something down, like an affirmation, mantra, and you do certain steps, like you take out all the vowels and all the synonyms, and whatever letters left, each letter has attached to a number, numerology. And you form a circle, put all the numbers from 1 to 9, and then from that order, whatever numbers of the letters, you connect the dots, the lines into that circle. So what I wrote down, I'm gonna just tell you what I wrote. My sigil was the divine power of love, healing, and protection. So this is what this sigil means. Divine power of love, healing, and protection. I also wrote it on the cat. So you can make designs of it too. So I made these different symbols around the edges, the borders. But this is the main piece right here, which represent the divine power of love, healing, and protection. So having this attached to it, water is like liquid, any liquid, even though this is not water, but in a sense it is, it's fluid. It absorbs. It absorbs, and it know what you're saying. If I wrote love on here, it would know. It would give off that energy, love energy, and it would go into the liquids. Sigils is even powerful than writing the word down, because the sigil is just transform words, you feel me, into a picture or into a symbol or into a sign. The universal language or spiritual language is symbols. All right, symbols, pictures. So the universe reacts more efficient when it's in symbols like this or signs. All right. So like I said, this is transformed words. All right. So it would absorb that power, manifest that power into this Florida water, and do what I intended to do, which is provide divine power of love, healing, and protection. All right. So there's some different ways how you can make your Florida water. You can add things like sigils to your container. All right. Love, light, and life.